You have probably learned thousands of English words and forgotten most of them. That stops today. Because in this episode, I am going to teach you 5 techniques that will make English words stay in your brain permanently. Not for a test, not for a week, for life. And the last technique is the one that changed everything for me. So stay until the end. I'm Camila. Welcome back to English with Camila. Let's begin. First, a simple truth. If you forget words quickly, it is not because you are lazy. It is because your brain didn't learn the word deeply. Words you only see once are like strangers. You forget them fast. But words you use, hear, see, and connect, those become your friends. So how do we make new English words our friends? 5 techniques. Here is number 1. Technique 1. Never learn a word alone. Don't just read it one time. Don't just write it on a list. That doesn't help. You need to put the word into a real sentence. A sentence that means something to you. Something you would actually say in your everyday life. Let me show you what I mean. Let's take the word charge. This means to put electricity or power into your phone. Now don't just repeat charge, charge, charge. Instead, say it with me in a real sentence. I need to charge my phone. Good, now a longer one. I need to charge my phone before I leave the house. Better. Now try this. I couldn't call you, my phone wasn't charged. One more. Excuse me, is there a place to charge my phone here? That is how people speak in real life. That is real living English. Let's try another word. The word is delay. This is used when something happens later than expected. There was a delay at the airport. The train was delayed because of the snow. Sorry for the delay, my meeting ran late. Every sentence gives the word a new life. You are not just learning the meaning. You are learning how to use the word. One more, the word is borrow. Borrow means to take something from someone for a short time and give it back later. Can I borrow your pen? I borrowed a book from the library. He borrowed my bike and didn't return it. Do you see what is happening? Each sentence is like a story. Your brain doesn't remember borrow, but it will remember asking for a pen, going to the library, someone taking your bike. That is how you learn vocabulary. Let's do one more. The word is messy. Messy means not clean or not organized. My desk is messy. Her hair looks messy today. The kitchen was messy after the party. Can you imagine your messy desk? Can you see the dirty kitchen? When you create a picture in your mind, the word stays longer. Here is your daily challenge. Every day, choose just one word. Make 3 full sentences with it. Say those sentences aloud. Use them in your conversations or send them in a text. See it, say it, use it. That is how you own a word. Technique 2. Use it within 24 hours or lose it. This is a rule most learners break. If you don't use a new word soon after you learn it, your brain throws it away. It says, this word isn't important. I will forget it. Use it or lose it. If you learn a new word today, try to use it today. Say it out loud. Write it in your notebook. Send a message to a friend using it. Or speak it into your phone. 24 hours, that is your window. Technique 3. This one is powerful. Make the word personal. Connect it to your own life, your memories, your feelings. When a word means something to you, your brain keeps it. Think of it like this. A word is like a photo. If it is a photo of a stranger, you forget it. But if it is a photo of your family, you remember it forever. So let's make your words like your family. The word is nervous. It means feeling worried or afraid, usually before something important. I felt nervous before my job interview. Now think. When was the last time you felt nervous? Maybe before a test, before speaking English, before meeting someone new. Now say this. I get nervous when I speak in English. That, my friend, is your sentence. Now that word belongs to you. One more. He was nervous before the big exam. Make a picture in your mind. Imagine the feeling. Connect it with a real moment. That is how you remember it. Here is another word. Lonely. It means feeling sad because you are alone. She felt lonely in the new city. I sometimes feel lonely when no one is around. Is that true for you? If yes, the word is real. Now your brain understands it, not just remembers it. He moved away and felt very lonely. Words with emotions are strong. The more you connect a word with your story, the deeper it stays. Make it about your life. Say what you feel. Imagine the moment. That is how you build true English memory. Technique 4. Visualize it. Don't just say the word, see the word. Create a picture. Imagine something real. Why? Because your brain loves pictures. Words plus images equal strong memory. Think about it. You can remember a photo from 5 years ago, but you might forget a sentence from 5 minutes ago. That is the power of visual memory. So let's turn every word into a little movie in your mind. The word is climb. To climb means to go up. I want to climb that mountain. Now stop. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a mountain. Picture yourself with a backpack wearing boots. You are walking up the path. Do you see it? Now say it again. We climbed to the top of the hill. The child climbed the tree quickly. You are not just learning the word climb. You are feeling it. You are seeing it. That makes it unforgettable. So next time you learn a word, ask yourself, what do I see when I hear this word? Can I create a little movie in my head? You can draw it in your notebook. Find a photo online. Or act it out with your hands. The more feeling you use, the deeper the word goes into your brain. Okay, technique 5. I said at the beginning that this one changed everything for me. And it is simple. Don't learn random words. Don't just grab a word from here and another word from there. That is like trying to build a puzzle with pieces from different boxes. It doesn't fit. Instead, learn words that are connected. Words from the same topic, words from the same story. Why? Because your brain loves categories. Your brain loves stories. Your brain loves meaningful groups. When words are connected, you remember all of them better. Let me show you. Let's talk about the weather. The word is cloudy. The sky is full of clouds. It's cloudy today. I think it might rain. The next word is breeze. A light, soft wind. There is a nice breeze this morning. The next word is storm. Heavy rain, wind, and thunder. The storm last night was very loud. Now you have learned 3 words, and they are all about one idea, weather. Now imagine a little story. It was cloudy. Then the breeze stopped. A big storm came. There was lightning and loud thunder. Boom. Now those words are connected in your brain like friends holding hands. They are not alone anymore. So when you learn a new word, ask yourself, can I group this with similar words? Can I make a story with these words? Can I imagine a scene using all of them? You can create small stories for any topic. In a supermarket, at the airport, on a holiday, during a job interview. The stronger the group, the stronger your memory. Words alone are forgettable. Words together are memorable. Let me recap the 5 techniques quickly. 1. Never learn a word alone. Put it in a real sentence. 2. Use it within 24 hours or lose it. 3. Make it personal. Connect it to your life. 4. Visualize it. See a picture in your mind. 5. Learn words in groups, not alone. 5 techniques, that is all you need. You didn't just listen today. You learned, you practiced, you imagined, and you made real connections. Learning English is not about memorizing words. It is about using them, feeling them, and living with them every day. Keep listening, keep repeating, keep building your English one step at a time. I'm Camila, and this is English with Camila. Until next time, keep practicing and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.